What's up, y'all? It's your brother Tray Chaney, and I'm checking in with my sister Tampa on the industry's most wanted podcast.
150K in my pocket. Talk about how I get my day started. Parked outside a Ferrari. Lowe's Hotel on Collins. Staring at the ocean view wildin'. Got a couple baddies on the balcony. They gon' bust it open for a real.
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted podcast. Hey, I got Tray Chaney, the one and only in the building. How you doing?
What's up, Tampa?
Boom.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure to bring you through. It is a pleasure to bring you through. Thank you so much for being here. You're a busy guy. You got a lot going on. So
you do too.
we just have to make time. Sometimes we got to carve space in our schedule.
Yeah, that's true.
We got a lot to talk about, but right now I want you to go ahead and give us a really dope introduction of who Tray Chaney is.
Yeah, well, Tray Chaney. Well, let me start off how people actually know who I am. You know me as the character Poot from the HBO series The Wire. Of course, The Wire premiered, it's one of the most groundbreaking, critically acclaimed television shows of all time.
Yeah.
But, before I was cast for The Wire, I started off as a hip-hop artist, which I'm still a hip-hop artist. But
right.
As a dancer, back in the day, man, winning Apollo Theater in New York City at least 7 times straight. I was 8 years old. I remember being backstage with Big Daddy Kane, who's still my OG.
Oh, yes.
Who's still my OG to this day. The reason why I'm a hip-hop artist is just because of how inspired I was by watching Big Daddy Kane perform.
Yeah.
Seeing Rakim, perform on that Apollo stage years ago, at that age, 8 years old. I'm back there with all of these legends who is so crazy, who I still have communication with.
That's so beautiful.
And, that continued for, I want to say, at least 8 years straight. So from 8 years old to 16, 17, performing, all across the country, dancing, winning award shows, winning talent shows. And I guess you could say I caught the acting bug in high school. I'm originally from, Forestville, Maryland, Washington, D.C.
Okay.
But currently living in ATL. But just growing up in Forestville, Maryland, Washington, D.C., I was always performing at the different venues. One of the, historical venues that I got discovered at was Lincoln Theater.
Okay.
That's right beside Ben's Chili Bowl. Everybody know U Street down in Washington, D.C. But, I get discovered as an artist, as a rapper, dancer. I win this talent show, and a lady by the name of Linda Townsend. This is when I was like 18 years old.
Yeah.
Linda Townsend, she's there. She's a talent manager from DMV.
Okay.
And she said, I seen that you won this talent show, but I don't really specialize in promoting dancers or rappers.
Yeah.
I'm a talent agent that represents actors. So she said, have you ever had a chance to star in a movie before or a television show? And I was like, no, but I took drama class in high school.
Right.
Probably for all the wrong reasons because all the women was in there. But
At least you're keeping it G.
It is what it is. But I took drama class. I knew acting was something that I would eventually want to do.
Yes.
But when she discovered me at 18, she said, look, you're not stage fright.
Yeah.
You're ready to be submitted. All you need is headshots. I already had headshots.
Yep.
She said, and you need a resume. I said, well, Linda, my resume only consists of performing at different award shows, talent shows.
Yeah.
And she said, well, just use that, and we still going to submit your pictures. We just need a couple of different 8x10 different looks. Back then, it was, everything was like you had to go print it off. It wasn't digital
exactly.
yet.
Yeah.
So it's so crazy, Tampa, because the first job that she submitted me for was The Wire.
Man, you had the look that they were going for.
The first job I get submitted for is The Wire.
Man.
And I'll never forget. She said, I want you to, read this monologue.
Yeah.
Pat Moran is the casting director out there in Baltimore.
Okay.
And she said, I want you to read this monologue, and, these guys are drug dealers, it's dealing with cops. And, like homicide or Law and Order.
Yeah.
That's what they were comparing it to. And nobody knows this, but I read for the character Weebay.
Okay,
first.
okay.
So shout out to my brother Hassan Johnson, who crushed that role as Weebay. And I remember going in there, reading for Pat Moran, and I read the monologue. I fumbled over some words a little bit, and I kept it honest with her. I kept it real. I said, this is my first time reading for
of course,
a show. And she, she was like, yeah, just take your time, just do it again. And she allowed me to, read it again. And then 2 weeks later, she said, you got a call back. For anybody that's watching this right now, that's in the acting, television, film world, a callback is when you don't necessarily got the role, but the casting directors, the directors, and the writers are interested.
Yes.
So you do have a shot. And this is where they come in the room and see you do your monologue.
Man, were you nervous?
Oh yeah, of course. I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous when I read for The Wire, But I get in there and you got David Simon, the creator, writer. You got Ed Burns. You got Nina Noble. You got Robert Cosbury. Rest in peace to Robert Cosbury, who actually gave me my name, Poot.
Oh.
But I go in there, I read. I fumbled a little bit again.
Yeah. And
can you imagine this type of pressure where they say, yeah, all right, you can do it again, but this time get it right.
Oh my gosh.
So
my heart would have dropped to the floor and be like, excuse me, let me pick my heart back up and put it back in my chest.
so through the grace of God, I was able to, I got it right.
Man.
I went in there, and I guess, coming from my background of being a hip hop artist, it's nothing for me to recite lyrics. I write, so I'm like, okay, I can look at the paper, remember words, because I'm always performing songs on stage. So I actually took the monologue that I was auditioning for with The Wire and almost looked at it as if it was something like a rap.
Yes.
And that's what helped me to kind of like remember the lines and just repetitiveness, reciting it over and over. And then when I read, I left again, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I left there feeling a little discouraged. I'm like, man, I messed up again. I don't know if this is, I don't know. And 3 weeks later, they called me. They said, Tray, Linda Townsend, my management at the time, she said, you didn't get the role of Weebay, but you landed the role of Malik Pukar.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, she's like, yeah, this kid is a low-level drug dealer. He works with all of the big wigs on the show. And, they just gave me the description, and I'll never forget stepping foot on set back in 2001. I'm on set. The first person I see is Wood Harris. I'm like, that's the dude from Above the Rim. Like, Wood has been in, Wood is my brother. He's been in so many incredible films, television shows. Then I see Wendell Pierce. I'm seeing Lance Reddick. Rest in peace to Lance Reddick. Michael K. Williams, who played Omar. Rest in peace to my brother. But these actors, I'm seeing these guys. And I'm like, wow, like this is.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm here.
It's surreal.
It's surreal, but I really still don't even know what I'm on. I'm just like, all right, I'm an actor now.
Yeah.
I remember asking J.D. Williams, who played Bodie, that's my brother. I said, he's like, I said, we got to go to hair and makeup. What's that? Like, he's like, yeah, you got to go hair and makeup. They can cut your hair.
Get groomed
I'm like,
up.
I got a trailer. Like, oh, okay. I was very green to the film television industry, but The Wire was, we still speaking about this 20 years later.
Absolutely. 100%.
So now I understand, what I was a part of. Every day I understand what I'm a part of, even more of just The Wire being my first television series out the gate.
Yeah.
That's
major.
A lot of people don't get that opportunity. So
no,
I'm
they
like,
don't.
So I'm like, wow, God really put his hands on me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And just with all of the creatives, man, everybody that worked on The Wire, from behind the scenes to the cast, the crew, the craft services, to everything that came with that show. It was some of the best years of my life.
Absolutely.
Filming from 2002 to 2008 when it ended.
Man.
And yeah, that's my spiel on, starting in this business over 20 years ago.
You know, and that honestly, it speaks a lot about you as a man, because God, seeing all the good that you were doing, he wanted to bless you with a bigger opportunity.
Right.
You know,
you hit it right on the nose. Yeah.
I'm a believer in that, because I believe in karma. When we do good, God blesses us, you know.
Wow,
when we're out here doing bad things, he's going to say, wait a minute. And that's why some people land up incarcerated, etc., because he has to sit them down for a moment to maybe let them learn their lesson. You were doing really good. God said, I'm going to bless this young man. How far out of high school were you when this happened?
Okay, so I graduated at 17.
Okay.
So and I graduated from Forestville High School. Shout out to Forestville. Got my high school diploma. And right when I was kind of, looking at college. Just like, okay, I want to go to college for theater. I want to take business management. The Wire. So it's almost like The Wire was my school.
There you go. That's probably a better school, honestly. You learned like from the big dogs.
I was learning on the spot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, taking all of that knowledge in. So I had graduated already. I was already out of school, high school. And, just having The Wire, like I said, be kind of like my school and my training.
Absolutely.
Then after The Wire ended, that's when I took Tasha Smith's T-Saw acting workshop.
There you go.
Because I'm like, still to this day, classes are very important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Studying acting. Yeah. Studying different techniques, teaching, what I've learned, you know, in my own way to other aspiring actors and actresses. That's what I'm about.
Absolutely.
Because I would be lying if I said I didn't get in this to be the best.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Otherwise, why do it?
Yeah, nobody's coming into any type of business. Well, I know I'm not. Like television, film, music, philanthropy. Like, I'm not coming in this to just be mediocre.
No, absolutely
it's
not.
like, okay, look, I'm going to give it 1,000%. Yeah. I'm going to put my best foot forward, and I'm going to make this thing happen. Yeah. On every level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Being the best version of yourself. That's absolutely it.
Exactly. And it's no competition with nobody.
That's right.
We are our own competition. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, what are you going to do? Yeah. What are you going to do to get yourself together, Tray Chaney? So that's where I'm at with it. And I'm thankful. I'm very grateful and blessed to just be, like I said, in the business for over 25 plus years, to be in a position that I'm in to, even create other jobs for people, in this business. Because Chaney Vision Entertainment, that's my company. And we specializing in cranking out content in television, film, and music on an independent level. Yeah. And Brett Rosen, who's been my brother, the best business partner in the world at RB Capital Partners, Inc., we doing a lot of great things, man. A lot of great things.
That is so beautiful. I always love hearing people's journey, especially when, like you said, so you didn't end up going to college at all.
No, I didn't.
Man, give me some love on that. Neither did I. Well, let me take that back. I attempted to go, but I had my son at 19, literally right after I graduated. I was a single mom, and I had a choice to either take care of my son and go to work or go to college. I'm like, well, I can't afford to not work. But I really think at this, especially in today's generation, I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is there's so many good courses you can take, training camps to get right to the nitty gritty of what you want to do. Rather than going to college for 4 years or 8 years and taking all these extra, unless you want to be a doctor or something, obviously. But, for something like what you do, what I do, I think that we can get away without that college degree. And take courses and take classes and, stuff like that to get right into the meat and potatoes, per se.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Because really, to be honest, and I'm just going to throw this out there, AI and these robots are the future. Yeah. They are really going to take over a lot of jobs that they don't necessarily need a human being for. Yeah. But what we do, they can't replace that with an AI or robot.
Not at all. Not at all. We too authentic.
Absolutely. People want to see a real human being.
Yeah, that's true.
So let me ask you this. When you are on set and you got all these lines and stuff to remember, do they allow you to slightly improv if you feel like you want to switch it up ever so slightly to make it your own? Is that something that, or does it depend on the director?
You know what? You just hit it. It depends on the director. It depends on the production. It depends on what level the production is on, too. But a lot of times, and I'm just saying this for me,
Yeah.
you know, showing up to sets and working with phenomenal actors and actresses in the business. When you say a line that may be slightly off, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's coming from you.
Yeah.
They'll keep that.
Okay, good.
You know, I got to shout out Bounce TV, Swirl Films, Hulu, because Saints and Sinners.
Yeah.
You know, that came in 2015 for me. I was a regular on Saints and Sinners playing the character Kendrick Murphy in 6 seasons.
Yeah.
We ran. And a lot of times directors, you know, people like Russ Parr,
Yeah.
you know, Courtney Miller and, you know, Nigel Campbell, you know, a lot of those directors and writers, they would, Ty Scott, I got to shout her out for creating it.
Yeah.
But a lot of those directors, writers, and producers, they would kind of let you, okay, if it makes sense.
Yes.
You know, if it don't make sense, stick to the script.
Stick to the script.
But, you know, a lot of times we were able to do that.
Yeah.
So it depends. And then a lot of times on some of these productions, you might get the script and you might start reading the script. That's just like recently for me, you know, 2 amazing projects that I'm coming off is BMF.
Yeah.
You know, on Stars.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all that.
Yeah,
too.
I appreciate it. I played the character Bleak. Season 2
I seen you.
on episode 8.
I said, oh, that's Tray
I
Chaney.
know, right? and then I'm coming off of Donald Glover and Janine Neighbors' project, Swarm.
Wow.
That's on Amazon. And
You give me chills. Like, that's so motivating.
yeah, in those projects, I felt like everything that they wrote,
Yeah.
I would have said anyway.
Yeah.
So that was a project where I was like, well, I could just
Stick to the
memorize
script,
this and
yeah.
stick to the script. So yeah, you know, but just to be able to be on set,
Yeah.
and work around all of these creative people, because you know it's so much, and you know this, you know, from being around all of the years that you've been around and being on sets and stuff. It's so much that goes into production. Period.
Absolutely.
Like even with Industry's Most Wanted
Yes.
podcast, this is production. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And it ain't easy.
No, because I do all the post-production too. I do all the
Yeah.
editing and everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So a lot of people, you know, sometimes, you know, you get people, man, I want to be in a business. And you like, look, I wish it was that easy, but it's not. And people like us, Tampa, we really got to work.
Absolutely.
For what, you know, work for what we want, but so it could be earned.
100%.
Everything that I see you doing, everything that you see me doing, we had to earn that. You
Absolutely.
know, nobody handed us nothing.
Zero.
You know, even if somebody came with an opportunity,
Yeah.
that's still not like a handout, because you still gotta show and prove. You gotta be like, all right.
Absolutely.
So if somebody give you this podcast, it's like, all right, but what you gonna do now?
Absolutely.
So you know, for me, I'm just all about earning my spot at
Yeah.
whatever table it is. I got my own table.
Yeah.
You know, but just earning my roles. Like I love auditioning. Auditioning as an actor is a part of the work.
Absolutely.
You know, when I'm writing songs, when I'm putting my videos together, when I'm casting people for my videos, and I'm hiring, you know, craft services or chefs to come make the food, or I mean everything, wardrobe. I'm about, you know, earning my spot and making people work for what they got to work for, earn their spot, and you know, because it makes you feel better.
Yes.
You know, when you get it that way.
People appreciate stuff and value it more when they actually had to work for it or invest in it.
Yeah.
You know, one thing, shout out to the OG, he always says, free is too expensive. A lot of people out here that are not on a professional level,
Right.
they don't appreciate stuff that's just handed to them.
That's true.
They don't value it because there was no monetary value from get-go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's like, but when you're on a professional level, you annihilate that situation.
Mm-hmm.
You take it, you make it your own, and you run with it.
Yeah.
I know that you've done series and you've done full-length films.
Right.
Is there one that you prefer over the other?
You know what? And I get asked that question a lot. Both of them for me are just fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a challenge.
yeah, it's a challenge. It's fulfilling. I love what I do as an actor.
That's so beautiful. I love it.
Television shows, of course, both sides, television shows and films, you know, you always got an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
But for me, with television, it's like, okay, you get the script, you work X amount of days on one episode, and then episodics. You know, you got probably 8 to 10.
Yes.
So you constantly every about a good 3 months, you know, you still working. It depends on the production as well.
Right.
But I love that part of it, you know, doing television and then film. A lot of times, you know, lately for me, when I get casted for a film, they probably already had started.
Yeah.
And they bring me in, and I might only have to work for maybe 2 days.
Oh, that's okay.
Opposed to being on a television show where I'm on the television show, and it's like every other week or every week for a certain number of months.
Yeah, it's a lot more work.
Yeah, it's a lot more work. But but film is just, and it depends on the length of the film.
Yeah.
And the length of the role.
Right, exactly.
So
if you're from beginning to end, it's going to be a lot more work.
Exactly. So, you know, some of the films, even if, you know, I'm like a supporting actor in the film, they like, okay, Trey, if we got 5 or 6 scenes that you in, we could do that in the course of 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Opposed to whoever's leading it, they did for the month, you know, just
right.
And I mean, and I got to shout out, you know, my brother Okarike.
Shout out to Okarike
and Regina.
Trilla Javinci, Regina, Fire Red.
Yeah, the whole crew, man.
Out on a limb. What a phenomenal film, especially for his first one.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, I was able to play the character nephew.
Yes.
And you know, working with Okarike, you know, and Regina, like
they're
a power couple.
Yes,
you know what
they
I'm saying?
are.
And you know, Shot for Shot, my brother, you know, Shot for Shot imagery, he was amazing.
Yes.
You know, the whole cast and crew, you know, Jamal Willard, you know, the whole cast and entire crew was amazing. But working on that, again, you know, I might come in for a certain X amount of days, do my thing, and then it be coming to a wrap for that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So film and television for me is just, it's pretty much the same, but just slightly different when it comes to the length of time and roles and days.
So when you're filming in a series, like for example, The Wire or BMF, you know, where you have to film potentially for multiple days at a time because you're on, you know, every season has, like you said, 8 to 10 episodes.
Right.
How long do you get to learn your lines for that next episode that you're filming for?
Well, they do give you time to do that. Like I remember, you know, being cast for BMF in April of last year. And, you know, I was on set by June.
Yeah.
No, I was cast in May. I'm sorry. And I was on set by June.
Yes.
And I mean, it's a certain amount of time that they give you. You know, it might be a week or it could be a couple of days. But, you know, as an actor, and this is for this to be what we do. Yeah. It's like we prepared. Because that's the thing about anything, you know, actor, artist, actress, preparation is key. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what would scare me is I'm like, I'll probably get on set, I'm like, dang, I just learned, I lost.
I forgot all my lines. But that's the thing, you know, with me being in this for so long, you know, showing up prepared, knowing my lines. Yeah. Sometimes knowing your scene partner's lines as well. Yeah. You know, it's serious. And you got to understand with everything, time is money.
Absolutely. It sure is.
They got these hundreds of thousands of dollar cameras around you. They got a full product. And your scene ain't the only scene that they got to do.
That's right.
It's almost like, look, we got a certain amount of time to knock this out. Yeah. You got your lines down packed or what? You know.
We don't got time to fool around.
Because all we want to do, we want to get these angles. We want to get these wide shots. We want to get these close-ups. And you done. You know what I'm saying? So, again, the word preparation, that is the key to everything.
Do they on set have any type of like cue cards or anything that so last minute I can brush up real quick? Is that something that they do?
Well, I haven't experienced that yet. Yeah. No, they
you got to have it in.
Yeah, usually, and you know what? Any actor will tell you that. Like usually, you gotta have that thing down pat because you know we do table reads. Yeah. You know, so if you do a table read on a Monday, say you don't got to shoot to Friday. Yeah. It's like, all right, we did a table read on Monday. You scheduled for Friday. Yeah. Study. Study your script. Yeah. So you don't get on set and look crazy in front of all these people because. You know, the worst thing you want to do is get there and not know the lines. That could be bad.
Horrible.
You know, and then it's 1,000 other actors and actresses outside waiting.
Absolutely.
They want that spot.
No,
you know, it's
doubt.
it's people like me. I'm hungry still.
Yeah.
I don't care the amount of success I have. It's just like I'm still hungry.
That's right.
You know, I still want that. I still want number one. I want that number one spot, you know, and I'm coming for that.
You coming for
know
the Oscars.
I'm coming for the Oscars, the Emmys,
Emmys.
the Tonys, the everything. I want the Grammys. I want all
for real.
I want
Everything.
every single thing that I put my mind to. And I just know, like I said, with dedication, consistency, hard work, I'm going to achieve it. I'm going to achieve it all.
You absolutely will. You know, and there's so many things that you've done that your resume is as long as the United States. Like you've done so much work, and I admire to the fullest, probably out of everything that we do within the entertainment industry, I admire actors so much because honestly, I don't know that I have the memory capacity to be able to remember all those lines. Really, like I was offered a couple small roles and I turned them down just because I was like, you know what? I don't know if I could dedicate the time to sit down and remember.
Because it's dedication and time.
And I was like, I don't want to waste no one's time. So what I did opt to do is I did some voiceover for the movie.
Okay.
Which I loved. I love that.
I love voiceovers too.
Yeah. So I was like, now that I can do because I can do that on my own time. I can sit there and read the script, you know, and that I enjoy doing. But I was like, and I wouldn't mind being on film. I would probably have to have just a really small role where I only got a couple lines.
Right.
I'm like, but that's what I admire so much is I'm like, gosh, how do they remember all that? And the thing about acting too, which is so beautiful, you have a lot of longevity.
Yeah.
Some of these greats and legends, they're still in their 80s or even maybe older.
And they still filming.
Still acting.
And that, you know, that what you just said, longevity.
Yeah.
You know, I feel when I started in this business at 8 years old, you know, to now, I'm 41.
Yeah.
You know, and
You're 21. Stop.
I know I'm 21.
I know that's right.
41, 40s is the new 20s.
No, I agree.
But I you know, just to be in the business and still, like I said, we just spoke about a show, The Wire.
Yes.
That
20 years
show
ago.
premiered 20 years ago.
Man.
I did not know, you know, that we would still be speaking about that. And then to touch the culture again with BMF.
Yeah.
With Swarm.
Yes.
Then I got the Keisha Cole project coming out. I play Andre Lee in Keisha Cole's biopic.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know, so just to still be like, okay, sitting here with you, speaking about still doing this, you know, after all this time. I mean, so many people in this business give up.
Yes.
You know, they give up so easy.
Yes.
Because it's hard. You know, it get hard and you be like.
They want to throw in the towel.
Yeah, but that was just my motto from day one. I just never gave up.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be one of those people that folks looked at and was like, he gave up. You know, I always wanted to set an example as an actor, as an artist, you know, as a musician, as a man.
I was just about to say, as a man, period.
Just setting an example on all levels for people to look at my story and feel, you know, the energy, whether they've met me in person or not. Because a lot of people, they meet you on social media for real.
Right. They don't know you. They can't feel your energy that way.
So the energy that I give out, even on social media, it automatically welcomes people in to my world on those particular topics that I just named about never giving up, being determined, staying consistent, and just really going for whatever it is that you want to do in life.
Yeah.
We both know how short life is.
That's a big fact. We're not guaranteed another day.
We're not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed another minute.
Another minute, absolutely.
And it gets so real, man. And I've always said I never wanted to look back.
Yeah.
You know, as I get older and say, man, I wish I would have did that.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I shoulda, coulda, woulda did that.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, the way I live my life is just, okay, if it's something that I got my eyes set on that I want to make happen, let me go make this happen now. If I don't got all the utensils that come with everything, let me go get it. Let me figure it out. But the motion of continuing to just keep moving, that's what it's about for me. It's just like, okay, as long as I got tunnel vision, as long as I keep going forward, eventually something is going to happen.
Absolutely.
And that's been my whole career.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just never giving up. You know, like I said, started on the wire, then I did Streets with Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Then Saints and Sinners was huge when that came for me. And, you know, just guest starring on different episodics and of TV shows. But to still, you know, like I said, to hit them with the BMF, you know, in this day and age, because, you know, BMF is the culture.
Absolutely.
Swarm with Donald Glover, that's the culture, you know, and Keisha Cole. These are cultural type projects.
Yeah,
it's like,
absolutely.
okay, people are going to talk about this.
Yes.
You know, and just to have my name in the conversation, you know, it's like, all right, yeah. Something, like I said, again, God has really placed his hands on me to be the example.
You are the type of man that if we could just clone you 1,000,000 times over,
Thank you.
I'm being so serious because the older I get, the more introverted I get just because I like to protect my peace.
Yeah.
And people's energy can really affect everything you have going on. So I find myself only really surrounding myself with the people that are in my circle. If I have to go do an event, I make sure I have some of my people with me because I feel safe. Yeah. That's my safe space. And people are just ugly, you know, there's just so many ugly people in the world, you know, and I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about, you know, mentally.
Yeah, for real.
You are just such like a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
You bring so much positive energy. It's like radiating. If we could just make 1,000,000 of you and get rid of some other ones, we would absolutely do that.
Thank you.
Is there any type of role that you wouldn't take?
Is there any type of role that I wouldn't take? It just basically depends on, you know, the role.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, with being an actor and being in this business, I heard Denzel Washington say this. He said, you got a role.
Yes.
If you want to do it, do it. If you don't.
Exactly.
So, you know, when roles come up, I'm in a position where I do have those type of options, where I have those type of options to be like, okay, if this is a role, I want to do it.
Yes.
And then we got to understand too, acting is art, and there's so many ways to tell a story. And I'm just, you know, at this point in my career, I'm more so just like, okay, if the role makes sense, you know, if it's going to tell a story, if it's going to inspire somebody, if it's going to move the culture. Yeah. Because I'm really big on this whole culture thing now because I'm involved with a lot of cultural projects.
100%.
So I'm like, if it's going to really move the culture, then we going to talk about it. We going to make it happen. But at this point, it's just like I haven't been at the point where it's like, okay, this role, no.
Right.
I don't just automatically give things like a straight up no.
Absolutely. You dive in a little bit.
I look into it, and if it's something that I feel fits, then I call my people up, and I'm like, let's do this.
Let's make it happen. Yeah. What can we expect very next from Tray Chaney?
Oh, well, right now I'm currently filming a Naughty Christmas story. It's part 2 to a huge film that I was the star of. It's Preston Mitchell called Thanksgiving Roast. Yeah. And we're doing part 2.
Man,
you know, right
congratulations.
Now. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we filming that. I just filmed A Hustler's Son. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I got to give a big shout out to T Styles. Yeah. You know, my brother Will, who brought me in on that. I'm filming A Hustler's Son right now. City Boy. I filmed that in Detroit. Shout out to my man Ken Legend Williams. We filming that. It's just certain things that I got in the pot right now that's coming out. But of course, you know, y'all can definitely check me out on BMF season 2. Yes. That's on demand right now. I'm in episode 8. Swarm. Yeah. Donald Glover and Janine Neighbors, huge, iconic, viral project. Yeah. It's on Amazon Prime. I play Kent in that. I'm
gonna have to check that out. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it. And then Keisha Cole biopic comes out June 24th on Lifetime. Man. Yeah, that comes on Lifetime June 24th, and I play Andre Lee in that. So just having that stuff to look forward to and continuing to crank out my music. You know, Chaney Vision Dreams Volume 1 is out on all streaming platforms. Nice. It's 10 songs. I shot 10 videos for all 10 songs.
Love it.
Shout out to my brother, I Am Don Juan.
Yeah.
You know, who shot all of the videos for it. MTV, BT, Revolt, all of the networks are running my videos, you know. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just in a blessed position to continue to crank out music, content. Chaney Vision Entertainment is my company that I spoke about earlier, and I'm really, that's like my baby. I'm like, okay, what content am I getting ready to crank out now, you know?
Absolutely. It's like, even though you're involved with so many other people's things, you have to have your own as well.
Yeah.
Because it's bigger than everything else. You know, you have to have your own foundation, your own company. And I love the fact that you've done that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you stand on this right here. This is mine. This is my baby.
Right. Yep, exactly.
I know you gave out some shout outs throughout our conversation. Is there anybody else that you want to show some love to and shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, just, man, my whole team. It's so many of them to name, you know, but my whole entire Chaney Vision Entertainment team. My brother, you know, Hollywood Kemar Brooks, we just started Fourth Quarter Media together.
Yeah.
You know, and we getting ready to crank out content in film, television, you know, just music. I mean, anything that you could think of. So, yeah, man, Hollywood Kemar Brooks, that's my brother. Like, Fourth Quarter Media is going to be big. Well, it is big already. And again, Brett Rosen, that's my guy. RB Capital Partners. And James Hunter from Dibs Production, First Dibs Productions. I'm having a great time, you know, just really cranking out this type of content with, you know, James Hunter, Sean Amarginas. These are my guys, you know, that's out there in Orlando, Florida. You know, that we doing a whole bunch of different projects together. And shout out to everybody that's just been supporting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Y'all been supporting me for a long time. And I'm like, man.
It's not going to stop here.
Oh, nah, most definitely. We're going to keep on going. And I can't wait to come back and really give y'all something exclusive. I got something exclusive that I'm working on, a new video, and I'm going to bring it to you first. I'm going to bring it to you. We talked about it off air because I can't say nothing about it now.
Absolutely.
But me and Tampa are going to introduce something that's going to be big.
Absolutely.
And it's going to shake the industry. It's going to shake the internet, the blogs. Everybody going to know about this thing. It's going to be big.
Man, I just got chills. I'm so excited for you. Like,
thank you.
You've really, like, you light a fire under people.
Thank you.
Know, like.
Wow, thank you. I never looked at it like that.
I am so motivated right now. It makes me want to go out and conquer the world. Seriously, I get so motivated by hearing people's stories and their journey. And I'm just like, man, it's so beautiful to see people winning that really deserve it, because you've put in so much hard work over 20 years now. Yeah. You know, and that's so beautiful. I love it. Where can people follow you, keep up with you? Yeah, well, definitely. Instagram, y'all, is Tray Chaney Vision. Yeah. Tray Chaney Vision on Instagram. I'm going to give y'all the correct spelling. TrayChaney Vision. So it's Tray Chaney Vision on Instagram. And then on Twitter, it's just at Tray Chaney. Okay. Facebook, I got Tray Poot Chaney. That's a little play off the wire. Yeah. And then Tray Chaney, I got two Facebook pages. But, you know, when y'all go to these pages, y'all gonna find me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's really me. There's nobody controlling my page or nothing like that. Because people be like, is it really you? I'm like, yeah, I can FaceTime you now off the Instagram. But yeah, so just follow me on those. TikTok is Tray Chaney 1. Okay. You know, definitely go to TikTok, follow me on all these pages, man. And like I said, my goal in, you know, what I represent is just bringing a positive light. Yes. Whether I'm speaking on the internet, whether I'm speaking to you in person, I just want to be the example, the guy that set the example for people to never give up, 100%. Stay motivated and inspired, and just, you know, keep going. Yeah. You're doing a phenomenal job, because I'm like on fire this morning or this afternoon. I'm so inspired. Good. Like, honestly, like, it's just, it like lit a fire under me, because I'll be honest with you. Like, I think I shared with you before we started doing the interview, is I took a 48-hour break from social media. It's not that long, but sometimes we need just to cleanse our mind, our soul, our everything. And because I get frustrated and sometimes I get unmotivated. And I'll tell you, like, just having you here today was like a breath of fresh air. Thank you. It was so, I really appreciate it. And I'm telling you, I do a lot of interviews on different, you know, radio shows, podcasts, television. And I told you, when I walked in here, the Industry's Most Wanted podcast, I was like, I expected it, but I feel
Very comfortable here. I feel at home.
Yeah.
And
this is your home.
And you're amazing as far as the whole personality and just your questions that you asked. And you know, this was great. Everybody that's watching, please support this Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Tampa is phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to come back and co-host sometimes.
No, please.
I'm gonna have to bring some of my other friends back from The Wire or whatever.
Please, but, I would love that. Absolutely, anytime you
Most
ever want. If you want to come back every week, I'm open to it.
Most definitely. But I really, you know, this means a lot. You know, coming to platforms, being able, you know, to get out my positive message and to just, you know, just make people aware of what we doing in television and film and music. Like I said, I can never stop shouting out my company, Chaney Vision Entertainment.
Yes. Just
because, you know, like I said, that's my baby. That's,
of course.
And I'm starting to really, for people are really starting to understand, you know, what I'm doing, you know, and I'm just having fun.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. You have to enjoy what you do. You have to love what you do.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Last but not least, we are live right here, Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Tray Chaney in the building. Go ahead and let everybody know what makes you the industry's most wanted.
What makes Tray Chaney the industry's most wanted is Tray Chaney is on a mission. Tray Chaney is on a mission to continue to stay consistent, to stay determined. It's nothing that I can't do. That's what makes me the industry's most wanted. Anytime you put something in front of me, I'm going straight at it. Even if it feels like it's a challenge in this business, I'm going to attack it, I'm going to conquer, and I'm going to make it happen.
Man, that was a great answer. I love it. Well, thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Tampa. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. We up out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
Outside, that's a drop. Real estate deals, I want the lot. Courtside, I could touch a logo. Everywhere I go, they want a photo.